After watching France and England absolutely tear each other apart in that 7-goal thriller for third place, we all thought the 2026 World Cup final was going to be a movie. I mean, we all still have goosebumps from the 2022 final in Qatar, right? But somehow, Argentina versus Spain ended up being, without a doubt, one of the worst World Cup finals I have ever seen. It was painfully boring, the refereeing was completely spineless, and honestly, the whole thing was a bit of a disgrace. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Argentina's absolute disaster class in tactics. If you thought prime Atletico Madrid or peak Arsenal grinding out a low block was tough to watch, congratulations. You've just been introduced to Haram Ball Pro Max. Spain passed the ball around with 70% possession like it was a training drill. Meanwhile, Argentina managed to do something historic. They became the first team in 60 years to register 0 shots in the first 90 minutes of a final, and they literally didn't touch the ball inside the Spanish penalty box for an hour and a half. Their entire game plan looked like it was cooked up on FIFA career mode. Park a double-decker bus for 120 minutes, drag it to penalties, and just pray Lionel Messi will produce a moment of magic. But the most infuriating part of the night, beyond the tactics and the pop concert, was the refereeing, specifically regarding Leandro Paredes. Anyone who watched that game can agree, Paredes had absolutely no business being on that pitch until the final whistle. He came on in the second half and clearly made a conscious decision not to play football. He tried to kick Olmo the moment he stepped on the pitch, then shoved Rodri to the ground right in front of the referee. He should have gotten a yellow card for that alone, but the referee refused to give it. He only finally pulled a card when Paredes shoved Dani Olmo to the ground, blatantly doing it right in the referee's face. Shortly after, he committed a cynical foul on Pedro Porro. The referee blew the whistle, walked over, and simply gave him a warning. I don't know what happened, but he could have been sent off 3 or 4 separate times in this one match alone. We see this constantly in high-profile European finals. When big teams clash, referees suddenly lose their nerve and refuse to reach into their pockets because they don't want to ruin the spectacle with a red card. But by refusing to send off Paredes, the referee ruined the integrity of the match. The tension inevitably boiled over after the final whistle, culminating in an ugly, heated altercation involving Gavi, Paredes, Rodri, and Molina. While the exact words exchanged remain a mystery, the optics were appalling. Paredes' behavior was anti-football at its absolute worst. When you combine the negative tactics, the corporate halftime circus, and the cowardly refereeing, you are left with a final that fans will try to forget rather than one they will celebrate. And we cannot talk about the loss of momentum in this game without addressing the absolute farce that took place at the interval. As a lifelong football fan, watching the 2026 World Cup final halftime show felt like a direct insult to the beautiful game. I don't know why FIFA decided we desperately needed the Super Bowl treatment. They dragged out the break, freezing the players out on the sidelines, just so Madonna, BTS, Justin Bieber, and Shakira could dance on a giant tarp in the middle of the pitch. It completely killed whatever tiny bit of rhythm the match had. If I wanted to go to a music festival, I'd buy a concert ticket.